Plastic mulch versus compost. The real winner for your garden's future. Which one actually feeds your soil, helps your plants thrive, and keeps your garden going strong for years to come? For too long, gardeners have debated plastic mulch versus compost like it's a coin toss. But the truth is far from 50-50. There is a clear winner if your goal is long-term soil health, vibrant crops, and a garden that keeps rewarding you season after season. By the end of this guide, you'll know exactly which method gives you the best bang for your effort and why. No more guessing, no more wasted seasons. Timeless Crops Haven. The promise of plastic mulch. Plastic mulch has grown popular in commercial farming and backyard gardens alike because it offers immediate visible results. When laid down across garden beds, it acts like a shield. It locks in soil moisture, keeps weeds from sprouting and warms the soil earlier in the season. Crops like tomatoes, peppers and melons often love that extra heat, pushing out stronger growth and earlier harvests. Plastic also creates a neat and tidy look in the garden. Rows look sharp, soil isn't splashing up on leaves, and you'll spend far less time weeding. For gardeners looking for a clean, efficient setup, it's tempting to think plastic mulch is the ultimate hack. But here's the catch. Plastic mulch doesn't give anything back to your soil. While it covers, it doesn't feed. Once the season ends, you're left with sheets of plastic that need to be removed, cleaned up, and often tossed out. That waste adds up, both in cost and in environmental impact. And even while it's in place, the soil underneath slowly suffers. Earthworms, beneficial microbes, and natural soil structure need organic matter to thrive. Without that input, the soil becomes less alive, less resilient. You might see short-term wins, but over the years, your soil turns more dependent on fertilizers and amendments just to keep producing. Now, let's flip the conversation to compost. Unlike plastic, compost doesn't just cover the soil, it transforms it. Every handful of compost is loaded with nutrients, organic matter, and beneficial organisms. When you add it to your garden, you're feeding the soil itself, which in turn feeds your plants. Think of compost as nature's slow-release fertilizer. It improves soil texture, making sandy soil better at holding water and clay soil easier to drain. It balances pH, supports root growth, and builds that fluffy, crumbly structure gardeners dream of. And perhaps the most underrated benefit? It boosts your soil's microbial life. Those invisible helpers break down organic matter, unlock nutrients, and keep harmful pathogens in check. Over time, gardens fed with compost become self-sustaining ecosystems. You'll need fewer outside inputs, less watering, and, well, less maintenance. Your plants become naturally more resistant to pests and diseases because they're growing in balanced, nutrient-rich soil. The real difference comes down to legacy. Plastic mulch may help you for a season, but compost builds fertility that lasts for decades. Each year you add compost, your soil becomes richer and more resilient. That's not just good for this season's harvest, but for every season after. Plastic, on the other hand, leaves nothing behind but clean-up. And unless you're investing in biodegradable film, which honestly often breaks down inconsistently, you're introducing waste that ultimately damages the environment. Compost, however, is waste turned into gold. Kitchen scraps, leaves, grass clippings, manure, all recycled into a product that fuels your garden endlessly. Here's where many gardeners miss out. Compost works best when applied generously and consistently. The golden ratio for top-dressing garden beds is 2 to 3 inches of compost spread evenly across the surface, followed by watering it in so microbes can move deeper into the soil. For creating a planting mix, blend 1 part compost with 2 parts garden soil. If you're making a compost tea for quick nutrient delivery, use 1 part compost to 5 parts water. That means 1 gallon of compost mixed with 5 gallons of water, stirred well and steeped for 24 hours before straining and applying to plants. This method delivers a nutrient-packed boost directly to roots and leaves without synthetic inputs. It's not all bad news for plastic mulch. If you're focused on weed control in large areas or extending the season in colder climates, it can be useful. For example, warming soil early in spring to get tomatoes or peppers off to a head start can be a game changer. Commercial growers use it effectively because they prioritize uniformity and high yields over long-term soil health. But for the home gardener who cares about building a thriving soil ecosystem, compost wins every time. You can mimic some benefits of plastic mulch by combining compost with organic mulches like straw, shredded leaves, or wood chips. These not only suppress weeds, but also break down into more organic matter over time, something plastic will never do. At first glance, plastic mulch may seem cost-effective. You buy a roll, lay it out, and you're set for the season. But remember, you'll pay again every year. Compost, while it might take effort to source or produce, is an investment that multiplies in value over time. Each application improves your soil for years to come, meaning you'll spend less on fertilizers, soil amendments, and pest treatments down the road. Labor-wise, plastic mulch requires careful laying, securing, and later removal. Compost takes muscle too, but the payoff is in healthier soil that needs less maintenance long-term. The work you put into spreading compost is work you won't need to repeat in fighting soil problems later. So, which is actually better for your garden? If you're thinking short-term convenience, plastic mulch will give you faster heat, fewer weeds, and neat rows. But if your goal is soil health, resilience, and a garden that gets better year after year, compost is the undisputed champion. It feeds your soil, strengthens your plants, and keeps your garden thriving naturally. Compost isn't just a gardening choice, it's a commitment to sustainability and abundance. The debate between plastic mulch and compost ends here. Plastic may win in speed and appearance, but compost wins in life, fertility, and the future of your garden. If you want your garden to be more than just a one-season wonder, compost is the clear path forward. So, if you're serious about gardening success, start building your compost pile today, or source high-quality compost from a trusted supplier. Your soil, your plants, and future harvests will thank you. And if you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share this with a fellow gardener who's still stuck wandering between plastic mulch and Compost. At Timeless Crops Haven, we're all about timeless solutions that make your garden thrive season after season.